Hello, hello, what is going on, guys? Phoenix61 here with some more Legends, right? We are in Shimakaze tonight. I have been, I don't know, since Louisiana came out, I've been finding myself playing some more Shimakaze lately, out of frustration. But this game in particular, I don't even think there's a Louisiana in here, right? So, but, yeah, you know what, you want to talk about, like, just dumb luck, or just, you know, it felt like I was playing a tier 3 game here with what we're about to witness here. I just could not believe the events that transpired, what is about to happen here. But if you look at the board, whatever you want to call it, right, 4 battleships, 4 cruisers, 1 destroyer, right, on each team, right? So, like, right away, I'm like, you know, like, I hate, you know, you want, as a destroyer, you want to see mostly battleships, right, and all these cruisers, and I think there's an Alaska, right, so they got radar, and it's like, oh, man, right, yeah, all sorts of buzzkills, right? But anyway, like, you know, you plan for it, right? You expect, you know, okay, you know what to expect, right? There's lots of cruisers. So what I'm going to do is, you know, I'm going to be a good little boy destroyer, right? So I come out to the side, right, instead of going right up through the middle. That's kind of suicide at this point, right? Like, you're going to get picked up, and then I'm going to be alone if you go right for C, right? So let's go out on a flank. Let's do some spotting for my team, right? So pretty typical fashion, you know, we get these early spots, right? And we're picking some ships up. Some firing is happening. We send, you know, kind of sort of like just guess torpedo shot, right? Nothing out of the ordinary here. You know, yeah, there's a torpedo strike from probably I don't know, maybe there is a Louisiana in here, maybe or Delaware or something. Yeah, but anyway, like, there's no carrier, so it's got to be somebody, right? So anyway, so I'm trying to space my torpedo shots out, you know, at least somewhat, right? Ideally with Shimakaze, you get 3 racks of 5. So the smart thing to do is, you know, if you send one early, I try to, like, wait 30 seconds is what I try to do, right? Like, at least, like, 30, 45 seconds is kind of the sweet spot, because then if you shoot one, you know, every 30, 45 seconds, right, like, you'll almost always have another one almost ready to, like, load, right? But one hit, and the guy is flooding, right? So he mismanaged damage con. Fine. You see it every once in a while. You expect it here and there, right? Right. So, you know, it's almost like, do I even, you know, bother shooting or smoking at this point, right? Like, why sit in my smoke screen? I know he's going down, right? So we get our first kill there. The Alaska is the what I'm worried about, right? So 9-kilometer range radar, right? Like, that's what you would expect. But there's no way all these guys didn't see all these torpedoes, plus you realize you just lost a buddy, right? So, yeah, so Alaska's like, all right, yeah, there's got to be a destroyer in there somewhere. The zone's getting capped. We just lost somebody to torpedoes, right? I know his radar range is 9 kilometers, though, so, right? So I was kind of living on the edge there. Once it tripped, right, I'm just going to move away because I was right at, like, 8.8, right? So I just move away, right? So, like, yeah, so we're going to get out of that, and then by the time we get back in the zone here, I think I'm just going to back up, right? But, like, you know, it's going to be over with, and he's going to be on cooldown for that anyway. Oh, yeah, there is a Louisiana. Here it is, right? So, yeah. So, so this was definitely... if you watched a recent live stream, I got steamrolled by... I was in Colombo, too, like... You know, I felt like I had a chance, but I really didn't, right? But there's a guy, you know, they're all in a division. They're all part of a fleet, right? They definitely knew what they were doing, and they all had Louisiana, and they just steamrolled my team, right? Like, I put up a decent fight, but, like, I'm not the greatest player, right? So, and then, like, I'm just like, this page ship, I hate it right now, right? So, yeah, so it's always nice to see one of them when you are playing Shimakaze, right? You have to think, like, there's a counter to everything. Like, as overpowered as I feel that it is, right? I'm like, I'm gonna go play Shimakaze. I think Conqueror might be good too, right? Like, because at least the way I've built my British battleships, right? Conqueror would be good because you got the range and you just fire spam, right? Like, so like I was like, that's probably a good idea too. I'm gonna see if I can get a good video out there with that. But yeah, I was just like, we're going Louisiana hunting because I was sick of getting my butt kicked by it, right? But yeah. So anyway, so this is where I was like, what are these guys thinking? Like, they know I'm in the zone, that Alaska had picked us up with radar. They know I came back into the zone because it's getting captured, right? So I'm like, just why are they just sailing? Like, they're just, this Vermont, this Louisiana, and even the Alaska just keeps coming. And I think we had the Louisiana flooding, right? So we get a devastating strike on the Alaska. We finish off the Louisiana with, I think, the flood, maybe a tornado. So much happened all at once. So we're already up 218,000 damage with these 9 torpedo hits and 3 kills. And the Vermont just keeps going, right? Like, it's gonna take another one. I just like I couldn't believe like my eyes. I was like, is this really happening? Is this like so like yeah, the paid actors joke, I swear I do not know these people, you guys. just putting it out there. But yeah, so there's 4 of their ships gone in it's 7 minutes, whatever it is, right? Math is hard. Right? So 2 cruisers and a destroyer left, right? So I don't know where, and like that's what's driving me nuts too, is this other cruiser that was on the decap side, right? Like I didn't see anything from him. Like granted, like we weren't we've been undetected since that Alaska hit us with the radar, right? But like, I was like, how is he not over here trying to support, right? Like, while these guys, so that, yeah, we pick him up there. He's still angled away. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But like, all right, which way is this Stalingrad going to go, right? Like, that's a ship I don't really want to get detected by. But we've got long-range deadly torpedoes on the Shimakaze, right? So we will see where he's going. He's backing up, right? So I'm kind of figuring he's going to, once he's, got himself reoriented, because it looked like he ran himself aground there, that he'll probably start going forward and he'll probably head this way, right? So, and as you can see, like I was saying, we're going to try and space our torpedoes out just a little bit here, right? Because, like the strategy is, right, if you can space those racks out, one, it's just nice to have one ready when you need it in case somebody pops around a corner. But then 2, you want to force them into using their damage control party, right? So they'll get a flood. It's high probability with Shimakaze, right, and a lot of these Japanese destroyers that they'll flood when you get hit. And then, yeah, and then you've got a second one on the way, or a third one, right? And you space them out, then their damage con will be over with. They'll be on cooldown for it, right? And then you'll flood them, and they'll be screwed, right? So we get that. He does have those Soviet Russian cruisers have crazy long range radar, but we're gonna get him right on the nose with the second rack, and then that's gonna end him right with the flood, and that gives us the Kraken, right? So, but of course I am selfish, so we will head towards this last remaining cruiser, who I still don't know if, oh, there's some bullets from it. I still don't know if he's in range to be able to shoot anything, right? But there he is. There's a new Henry the Fourth, right? So that's I think I got that Bureau project going. I'm not sure, but anyway, legendary tier cruiser, right? So we will go after him, right? So at this point, we've got nothing to lose. Just YOLO push into him. We got the engine boost going. Let's get there as fast as we can. Spot him as quick as we can. Doesn't matter, right? We'll hunt him down, and that'll be the end of the game. Looks like my teammates are going to capture C. You guys, always want to focus on the C spot, if you know what I mean. I mean, if I was this cruiser, like, I would just be YOLO pushing in, right? Like, just take me, right? Just take me. Because like, what's the point here? Like, you're not shooting, right? You can't hit anything. You're not getting XP or doing damage or anything, right? Like, at least like pick stuff up and shoot some bullets, get a little bit of XP, even if you're gonna lose, right? I think it's safe to say Solo Warrior would be quite the challenge for this individual. So we'll just take, you know, guesses on what he's gonna do and send some torps, right? And then I don't see, like, you know, we're approaching, like, you know, we're gonna get spotted at some point here if we keep moving like this. So I'm kind of like, well, might as well start shooting our guns. Doesn't matter if we die, right? Let's get some hits. So we trigger the flood there. That gives us Confederate medal. We've got quite a few medals at this point. Gotta catch them all kind of situation, right? Puts us over 300,000 damage with that torpedo hit. These are some pretty brutal torpedoes. So 335 is what, 335,000 damage. Definitely one of my better Shimikaze games here. We'll take a look at the leaderboard. I'm pretty sure that puts us on top for this game. You know, paid actors always help out, right? 4,300 XP. Next guy in line's like 2,000 down. Oh man, good game, right? Like, it's just like, it was one where, like, I was like, I mean, any idiot. This is why I say this game's so circumstantial sometimes, and I also use the phrase risk reward, right? Like, but like, man, like, circumstance just was given to us, and it was just too, you couldn't not get those kills, right? So yeah, I'm using aiming system mod here, right? Like, this is not a gunboat, right? So I like the, you know, the main battery traverse speed. The gun's kind of meh, right? You're all about the torpedoes. Propulsion mod and concealment are, you know, concealment's almost a must for every destroyer, right? But I'm using the reload speed here for this one. This one's where you get a little bit of kind of choice, right? And actually have the epic and legendary mods on here, right? So as you get kills, you get more. They do more damage, and then as you get damage, they reload a little bit quicker, right? So, and then I am using Tanaka in this game. I did get the, yeah, so I'm using Space Fishy here. I really think you could, inspirations are, you know, concealment's a good idea, speed's a good idea, torpedo stuff is a good idea, right? Like, it's just, you do you there, right? But then I always kind of lean towards reload when it comes to the rest of the build here, right? So torpedo launcher reload time here, you get a little bit better there. Main battery reload time, I will take that hit because, you know, the guns are meh to start with, right? It's not a gunboat, right? Like, you really don't want to get into gunfights with people with this ship. So we go concealment, and then we go torpedo launcher reload time here. And then for, you know, you like range, I'm not a huge fan of that, right? Because it's already got great range. So if you're extending that out more, like, it's, you know, getting those ranged hits is always kind of tough, right? So, and then I picked speed here. I'll take the sacrifice to the shell grouping, right, for the guns, because, right, we just talked about that, right? The guns aren't that great to start with, right? And so unstoppable is hard to get away from as a destroyer player, right? So I did get the new Star Trek commander that's kind of geared towards the Japanese destroyers, right? So I'm going to play around with her a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. I think the unique perk for her is there's some, like, torpedo concealment. Like, you're right, like, it makes your torpedoes harder to spot, and so people have less time to react to them. So that might be interesting to play around with. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Make sure you're following the channel. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, we do lots of World of Warships Legends videos. So yeah, make sure you're following, and we'll see you next time.